Hello. How we doing? I feel like I'm always wearing this button up when I'm streaming. It's fine though. It's just my favorite button up right now. It's really warm and cozy. Hi Zoya, how you doing? I don't think Ebony is gonna be here, at least not until later today, because Ebony is working. So she's doing um EMS shit. So, but hi, hello, welcome in. Um, Today was supposed to be a gaming stream, but like I discussed, I think on Monday, I don't think I'm gonna do gaming streams unless it's like a community game night type situation, just because I'm really struggling finding games that I like want to stream and don't want to make a YouTube series on. So we're just gonna do um day's been good. I have our PPM scheduled, so our personal move. The other day I went and scheduled like movers for all of our big stuff, but today we got our house offer. And so I accepted our house offer the other day, which means that I can schedule our personal move, which is just all the things that we're moving personally in our own vehicles. So I got to schedule that so that we can get reimbursed from the military for it. So we're doing really good. But today is supposed to be a gaming stream, but I need to adjust my stream schedule because I don't think we're going to do a gaming stream unless it's like a community event. So, um, but I did get my first graphics client. It's actually my pastor's wife. Um, but she has a nonprofit and she needs a logo remade and some branding done. So I am going to be working on that mainly today after I get some emails sent out to my housing office and everything. So first graphics client is a celebration. I pitched my pitch and it worked. I'm so proud of myself. It's only going to be about $10 of like income, but it's something and I'll take it. It's a step in the right direction to making money, and that's what matters. um, and I sadly will not be using DaVinci Resolve for editing anymore for videos because I cannot get it to work. I cannot get it to process my videos, so I will be going back to Adobe. Big sad, but Adobe worked for me and I can actually run it, and so I'm just gonna have to deal with Adobe. But yeah, no, we will be doing that. I was actually, before stream started, working on this email to housing because I need to get it to them as soon as possible because there's about a 4 or 5 day gap between the day that we're supposed to be leaving this house and moving into our other house, and so I'm trying to get that gap shortened as much as I can. So I'm reaching out and saying, hey, I know that we said this date, but now we're actually having to leave on this date. Can we please get an earlier date? I completely understand if you cannot, but if you can we? And I understand that there will be an increase in the prorated rent. Are you moving to yes, we are moving to a whole new state. We're moving from Oklahoma to Colorado. Um, but we will be in Colorado for the foreseeable future. Colorado will not be our permanent home unless for some reason we fall deep in love with Colorado. It's not going to be our permanent home after the military. We still want to move back to Kentucky after that, but Colorado will be probably our home for the next little bit, at least for the next 4 years, probably the next 8 at the minimum. There's a high chance that my husband will be there for the rest of his career, though, so we're very excited because we did get a house on post, which means that we won't have to be worrying about wanting to move on post at any point. We will keep our house for as long as we can, and like I'm just so excited because like I'm finally gonna be somewhere permanent for a while. I'm gonna get to like get furniture and decorations and stuff and actually make my house a home, and I'm so excited. I'm gonna have my own office. Like, I'm not gonna have a bed behind my desk anymore. Like, I'm gonna have my own office that I can decorate and everything, and it's not gonna double as another room. I am so excited. It might have like a guest bed in it or like a futon that pops out at some point for when we have guests over, but it's not gonna be in my bedroom anymore or in my dining room anymore. I'm so excited because my whole entire streaming, and really since I moved out of my like grandparents' house, my office has always been in like my bedroom or my living room. It has never been in its own space. And I'm so excited. Like, I told Luke, I was like, I need my own office space. I was like, considering I'm making content, I was like, I'm tired of having this ugly ass background of my bed for a background. I was like, I need my own space. And our new house has 4 bedrooms upstairs. Um, so the master bedroom and 3 bedrooms. And then downstairs it has a kitchen, a great room, and at the front of the house it has a dining room and a living room. And so Luke's office is going to become in the dining room space, and it should be pretty easy to close off and give him a little bit of privacy. And then the living room will be the dining room, and then the great room will become our living room. And then the extra bedroom upstairs until we have our next kid will be a playroom, and then we will transition it into another bedroom after we have our next kid. But I'm getting my own office. I'm so excited, which means I can also make a place for crafting, which I'm super excited about because I have not had anywhere to set up like my sewing machine or anything for a long time now, and so I haven't been able to sew. And I have a embroidery machine that I was gifted from somebody, like a family friend, that I have never been able to pull out and actually use and learn how to use it. And if I can have a setup for an embroidery machine, I'll be so fucking excited. Yes, I have a plan. So I've always had a plan for our house. It's very much like vintage things. Like, I will be collecting a lot of things, but make it like dark vintage. Like, make it dark academia witchy core with thrifted finds. So like, I ended up not being able to get my bookshelves because of some stuff that happened with the owner of them, and so now I'm going to be thrifting my bookshelves, or finding them secondhand. Like, I'm really trying to make a plan of getting things secondhand as much as possible. But we are thinking, well, I'm thinking because my husband's like, it's your house, I just live in it, because he doesn't like design. But we have, which I have an idea for his office that he will love. My friend always jokes that I should have went into interior design, because if you give me the money and the time, I can make a really nice space. It's just I have to have the money and the time to do it. But for my office, it's going to be darker woods, just because I like the darker aesthetic for my office, with like purples and dark greens and like just basically the aesthetic that my stream has, just so it kind of is cohesive. But for the rest of the house, we're doing like a warm walnut, because my husband and I inherited his grandmother's coffee table. Yeah, budget is always the issue. I can find the things, I just have to have the budget for it. But we inherited his grandmother's vintage coffee table, and it's a solid wood coffee table. It needs to be stripped and restained and resealed, because it did survive a huge flood and was completely underwater at one point, and it still has mud on it. Um, but that's fine. It didn't have any mold, and that's all that matters. But it's like a really dark, like warm walnut color. And so I'm going to try to keep like warm walnuts in the common areas, with greens mainly being like plants, whether that be fake plants or real plants, and darker metals, so like black metals, maybe some gold accents here and there with like jewel tone accents, but mainly like browns and neutral colors with jewel tone accents. So, but that's going to be the general vibe for the whole house. My husband's office specifically, I'm going to go less natural and more like gamer vibes because that is what he tends to do. And he also has all of his military stuff hanging up, so it's easier to go that direction with his stuff. So I'm super excited to finally get all that done. With the ad starting, I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. Oh. Okay. That's been sent. Welcome back from ads. I started the timer while y'all were in ads because I needed to get started working or I was just going to gab about housing stuff all day. Because I am very excited. Okay, as much as I love this stream schedule template, I feel like it's just a lot. So really quick. To get some snacks, time to lock in. Nice. Sorry, I'm looking at schedule templates. Okay, I found a schedule layout that's a little bit less busy. As much as I love the Druid one, it is really busy, and even I get very like overwhelmed looking at it. So I think that that's probably affecting things. So just wanna wake up, dark as a lake, so like a bonfire. I got an email back. Hold on. Sorry. Pause. Pausing current actions. Thank you, so we can move the date to 24th? I did. Sorry, I'm texting my husband so he can get me answers. Also, really quick, hold on. Well, I was going to call my husband to get my answer because he's coming home, but his phone is sending me directly to voicemail. I have to figure out what time because they're giving us 2 different times that we can move in, and so I'm trying to figure out what time he thinks would work better. But he's also stopping somewhere to get food, and I told him to get me a milkshake if he wants to be so sweet. Yeah. I'm in the trees, I'm in the breeze, my footsteps. husband, so. Hi. Did you see my text? My calls weren't going through. We can move our move-in to the 24th. Does 9 or 11:40 work better? Oh, 11:30, sorry. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming my text to get me a milkshake if you were going somewhere where the milkshake didn't go through, but never mind.
I got your text.
Okay. My calls weren't going through. It was sending me directly to voicemail. It was saying you were not available. You better eat lunch. You better eat lunch. Okay, so I got that sent out. I do need to go ahead and reach out to my client. Okay, I did reach back out to my client. Because I did need to respond to her because she sent that last night, and I needed to just let her know that I had indeed looked at it and gotten it. I'd rather die standing up tall. Just said song even empires fall. This song has been a bop lately for me. I found it on TikTok and it's been like playing on my TikTok a lot. Like I've been getting the ad for the singer and I was like, yes, give it to me. Also, if you look at my VODs, y'all should be... No music? Is it not coming through? It's probably just not loud enough. I have it like really turned down. Because sometimes my Spotify gets a little bit too loud and then you guys can't hear me. because I listen to rock music a lot, and so I tend to keep it turned down quite a bit. Can you hear it now? It gives me like, this song makes me want to write. um, but also, if you look at my VODs, starting last stream, I'm making thumbnails for my VODs because I'm starting to post my VODs on my VOD channel on YouTube. So, exciting. I actually need to go and make sure that my VOD did finally post the other day. Been running. It did, yay! But yeah, I started making VOD thumbnails for my YouTube, and I figured you can actually post thumbnails for your VODs on Twitch, so I said, why not? So I'm super excited. So if you guys want to check out my VOD YouTube channel, definitely go check it out. Super, super proud of myself for finally taking that leap. And I'm really working on, like, I've been really trying not to just jump full in on everything all at once because I normally get really overwhelmed, and so I'm trying to do small things at a time. But now that Twitch automatically like lets you direct export to YouTube, that makes life 1,000 times easier. Because one, I don't have to have my YouTube opened for it to upload because it's uploading from Twitch's servers, not mine. And so I can close off my computer and it will upload. Which also means it's not taking up my download speed, which is amazing. But we vibe. It's a great time. And I'm just slowly like building out more and more with my VODs. And just like with my content in general. With me having my first client for logo making, I'm probably going to add a logo thing for my Ko-Fi. Because I only do $5 a logo. She's paying me 10 because I'm technically doing 2 different logos for her. But I also normally include like a graphic brand like portfolio for them so that they have colors and everything else that they need for their content. So I'm super, super excited about that. I also, with my YouTube series that I'm going to be releasing on my main channel soon for gaming with my Minecraft, is I'm going to start uploading my Minecraft world to my Ko-Fi for anybody to get and download for like $1. I have to do more research on how to do that though before I do it. But I'm going to do that. So I'm super, super, super excited about it. But I'm really, like, I'm trying my hardest not to just dive into a whole bunch of things at once because I get overwhelmed. But I am really getting excited about how things are going. I think I filmed like 4 or 5 different, like, short form content videos yesterday. I posted a week of outfits yesterday for my video because I've been consistently posting at least one thing on my TikTok every single day of the week. I don't post on the weekends. That's just my law for myself. I took a picture of my setup now because I want to document the growth of my setup this year. I filmed a TikTok on how to take care of yourself when you're caretaking. I filmed like a write with me type situation. Like I wrote out my 500 words yesterday and I set up my phone and just filmed myself writing. And then I remade a Pinterest outfit yesterday, which is the outfit I'm currently wearing today. And then I also, because I had to clean my setup to take a picture of my setup right now, I typed it. I didn't handwrite it because I, like, as much as I want to handwrite, I think I'm just going to handwrite when, like, inspiration comes to me. But when I'm actually physically sitting down to write every day, I'm going to do it on the computer, but I think I actually wrote more like 550. Yeah, it's more than before, and that's what matters. But I actually had to clean my desk to obviously take a picture of my setup, and so I also filmed myself cleaning my desk. So I got a lot of content out of yesterday, which I got it in like an hour and a half, so I still had time to do what I wanted, which was really nice. So it was interesting, like having that time to myself on a Tuesday. Um, so it was really, really nice, actually. But all of my streams are going to be starting at 11 now and ending at 1:30ish because we have been running into an issue with my kid's sleep. He's been wanting to wake up at 6 o'clock every morning, like clockwork, instead of 7. And so I think he's needing less sleep, but if I cut his nap, like if I make him wake up from his nap, he gets pissy for the rest of the day. He is clingy, he is angry, everything is a meltdown. So I'm not going to be waking him up from his naps. So that means that I have to adjust somewhere else. So that means that we're just going to accept him waking up at 6 o'clock. But that means that he has to go down for a nap at 11. So all of my streams will be moving to 11 from now on. So we will be doing that. And that's fine. As his naps get shorter, I might have to move to streaming at night, which will adjust. Honestly, I'll probably have to do that anyway when we start having another kid, because newborn and like less than 1-year-old sleep schedules are so wonky. So it might, within the next couple of years, I might have to turn over to streaming at night again anyway, which is fine. I'll just use daytime for other things. But yeah, no, I'm really proud of myself for actually sticking with things. Like I've been consistently posting on TikTok every day for like almost 2 months now, which is insane because I've never been that consistent with posting on TikTok. And I do think that posting my stream summary has really helped me get into the like routine of it, which has been really nice. And now that I have bulk content that I have saved, it's going to be a lot easier for me to be able to post. Because right now with my schedule, I'm only posting an actual video on Tuesdays and Thursdays. As I slowly wean off of posting my stream summary, I'll probably be posting more actual videos. It's really hard making a new routine, but also I think that like my digital detox I've been doing has been really great. I deleted all of the games off my phone. I've been really like focusing on trying not to doom scroll and trying to be more present in life, and I really think that that has helped. Because even my house is staying clean. You can't tell because my bed is a mess because we don't make our bed. That's a thing. We only make our bed on the set day that we work on our bedroom, but it's actually really nice. is it so glitchy? Ah. Sorry, I'm trying to be really precise with how I'm setting this, and there's so many things that it's trying to like set on that it's like causing my hand to cramp. Thank you for the take a sip. I gotta change my schedule on mix it up. fix that. discounting. Maybe that ain't such a bad thing. Tell you where not to speak. It's been a long year, and all of our book pages talking. We didn't know that this call chemist. Chemist. What are you getting a chemist for? posting my stuff, so it's taking a while. And I just gotta go onto my Twitch, go to my schedule on Twitch and fix it. Don't go right on my brain, I'm just trying to. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna take my break, but I'm looking, she wants, so it's for a nonprofit that she runs, that she just started, for her community, that's, community safety and just, progress, helping build the community and make it more safe and more interactive and just really building the community. Which, as a social work degree holder, love it. So she already made some logo designs, but they're not super editable and they're not exactly what she wants. So like one is just like kind of an announcement type thing. So her like logo, like her the like short motto is keep your hood good. And I find it really cute. She wants me to like talk about maybe some like adding some making it the character in said picture a different skin tone to be more representative. But she was like she's like I'm not up on my PR skills, so I don't know how much that matters. I am probably going to send her an email and say, while I do really think that having representation is really important, I also think that the combination of the logo motto of keep your hood good and the changing of the skin tone of the character might be seen as sort of controversial considering she is a white woman running the company. Yeah, it might come across as wrong. So obviously we want there to be representation in community projects, but also in the process of doing representation, you also really have to be mindful of how you're doing that. So as a white woman, I am probably going to say, with my experience, that probably isn't the best idea, just because it might seem controversial. So we're going to do that, and then she wants but the mission statement as a whole is nonprofit exists to revitalize our neighborhood by ensuring the safety of residents and structures while also deterring crime. We strive to strengthen our community, our neighborhood by keeping residents informed, encouraging community relationships, and helping residents excel in caring for their homes and properties. So it looks like maybe she has two different ones. She has like the motto one, and she has just like the straight logo. But what she said that the one with the motto, she wants the image without the motto over top of it as well, because sometimes on stickers it can be kind of hard to get them to fit properly and still read well. So, and then she says she's open to having the girl in the picture having jeans or shorts on so she looks less girly if it's necessary, which I don't think it's really particularly different. I will say she has used AI to make these logos, so I am going to have to be like, there are some things that just aren't going to be the same as the AI, but she likes the trees in the background. She likes that the girl is throwing away trash, which is really important. She likes simple art, which works fine for me. I do think I am going to have to do some drawing to achieve that. I will look and see if I do have to do some drawing. That is fine by me. And she thinks that the community builders, like the main logo is a little clunky. So we will see from there. She wants to be able to edit the logo if necessary. What I might have to do is draw it in Canva and make it to where the colors are editable. So she can do that, which is fine. You forgot. Worst mod ever. Also, she said that she used the one with the houses. She made the one with the houses in AI, but I think she might have used another program that uses AI to make the other one because it's very obviously AI. With some of the art style. Okay, sat in the rain chilling. Why are you sitting in the rain? Abs moi. Because I got a bike, babes. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forget that biking is like a very common mode of transportation in the UK. And your girl is unfit. Fair. I haven't done like intense cardio stuff in a really long time. And so I'd be really like interested to see what it would be like if I tried to like do some intense cardio like biking. Also, I have more followers that I have to add to my list for this week. I'm gonna be your music now. Nice. Let's see. Okay, BRB, if there's a message to me, read it out. Okay, will do. I don't understand why this particular page is sticking out like that. Why did you do this? Okay. You know, I'm really excited. This is my first, like, I've made plenty of graphics before for people and stuff for, like, work, but I've never gotten to, like, have a client that's paying me money. It's so exciting. It's progress. So I'm going to make the plan, maybe draw up some sketches. And I fetched a task from your backlog. Chug hella water. Done. Teach me myself. And sorry, this song just always gets me going. I don't know what it is, but T Swift really do be taking over my brain sometimes. Okay. for you too. Yeah. Might seem really weird, but I really like drawing like logo ideas on sticky notes. It might seem really weird, but this is like the perfect proportion for logos. Um, Sounds really weird, but it's really nice to have. Sorry, I'm shaking my whole desk right now. I'm so sorry. Mm-hmm. What? Nicole finally got to me about graphics. Pastor's wife. Okay. Nothing. What did you eat? What did you eat? Okay, that's what I tasted. Sorry. You kissed me and I was like, what is that? This is a really good song. So I'm definitely going to have to do some drawing when it comes to the houses. Makayla has my eyeball. I'm getting like an idea. I have like the design for the houses built drawn out because I can't find anything in Canva that would be like even remotely close to what I would do because there's no like curved silhouette of houses. I'm kind of fiddling around with some Canva graphics for the thing. I have a client for graphics. It's actually my pastor's wife, and I am working on some mock-ups for some logos for her nonprofit. So that is what I am currently doing. Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out a way to do things. But it's a nonprofit for the community around our church. So, and I am just trying to give her like, make sure that I have everything correct and go ahead and give her like a bit of a mock-up and be like, you can obviously change things as you wish. But I'm really thinking I might have to like actually draw things out, which is fine, just not ideal. Hey, you're back together. Meow, what are you meowing for? Now he's thinking about me every night. Oh, is I guess so. Feeling up to sleep, baby. I was biking, my phone fell out of my pocket. Oh no. So I will say, if she's wanting to make a little girl BIPOC, this little girl has like a basic ponytail, like white person ponytail. It will probably need to be turned into like more curly style hair. I am going to talk to her about that though, because I don't think that doing that is going to be a good idea. Because of the like motto that she has. I just feel like it's going to be kind of seen as a microaggression, and I don't want that to happen. So thinking maybe buns might be the better option. I worked through that break, but it's fine. I was in a groove. Anyways, me dip. See you later, Pooks. Bye, Pooks. Kiss me, lay down. Yes, go lay down. One second. I need printer paper. So I'm actually going to crash out. I can't do physics at 6th form because my predicted grades isn't an 8 or a 9. Oh no. That's not good. Okay. I'm going to send her an email. Because how we decide to go about whether or not making the child black or not will really determine how I draw it. Because I'm thinking if we do change her skin tone from white to black, instead of doing like a ponytail, doing like curly space buns. I feel like that would be a lot cuter, would work better with the hairstyle, everything else, and I just need to send her out. back with her. I didn't really like throw up super big things. I actually just printed off the ones that she sent me so I could kind of do like a sketch on top of it to see like an idea, because I think now that I've actually drawn it out, I think if she did want to darken the skin tone of the character in the picture, it wouldn't be as bad as long as we made sure to include a more inclusive and proper hairstyle for that skin tone, because right now it's just like a flat, straight ponytail, and I think that a curly space bun would work a lot better. Perfect timing. That stream is almost up because the kiddo is trying to wake up. So, I'll be right back. I just picked up my child from his bed and he just let out the like longest fart ever. It was kind of wild. Yes, that is my sticky notepad. Please don't. Okay. The editing is just a little bit of extra stuff if I had time, so I have a little bit of time to kill, which means I can just upload my video into Adobe and go from there, because I had to re-download Adobe yesterday after spending my whole break trying to figure out how to fix what was going on. But yeah, no. Gotta figure out who we're going to raid. So. Stop. Don't do that. Okay, I'm gonna go to my home and I'm gonna create projects for each of my new ones. Okay, with that being over, since the kiddo is already awake, gamer. We're getting ready to end stream, but hi, welcome in. I got my first graphic client, so I was working on figuring out what to do for them today. Let's see. Okay, I guess the new Animal Crossings update came out because everybody's playing Animal Crossing. Okay. I'm trying to find someone that actually engages with their chat. I feel like it's been so hard to find someone who actually interacts with their chat lately. Okay. I always raid out. It's just what I do. Yeah, I'm gonna raid out to this new person, so we'll see how it goes. But thank you guys for joining me. I will see you guys. But we will see you guys later. The kiddo is awake watching it. But I will see you guys later, and bye-bye.